and I am the presenter of the talk show called Dose of Heaalth by Faith Show, the show that speaks health from your perspective, Apagego Alex FM 89.1, the station that does indeed elevate my mind. It does indeed elevate your mind, and the show is aimed at making sure that we speak health from your perspective. And today we're going to be talking about circumcision from a South African perspective, both from a medical perspective as well as from a traditional perspective. So join me as we discuss this with Dr. Fundile Nyati, as well as Kagiso Modupe, who plays a very key role with Fundile, who's undergo medical male circumcision. Dr. Nyati will be talking to us from a traditional circumcision point of view and highlighting the role of the mother when it comes to traditional male circumcision.
We welcome you. We are on the Dose of Heaalth by Faith Show, the show that speaks health from your perspective. We are Alex FM 89.1, the station that does indeed elevate your mind. If you are kumbula kaloku ke mphulaphulu kulo nyaka pheleyo sithethile ngayo ke lento ibizwa ukuba i-circumcision okanye ke uloluko. Sinaye ke ugqirha onguye ke uDr Fundile Nyati osincedisileyo ke kulo nyaka pheleyo ba ke sithethe ngayo lento. Ibinzima ke itopic, but ke masithambe kulo nyaka ke basiniphathele another perspective on the very same topic. Uyakhumbula kaloku abantu abaninzi ngoku bayazilungiselela belungiselela ke ukuya esuthwini, and I felt that mna ke as part of my family, there are two young men that are going to go through the journey of circumcision. And when we tried to engage abantu abangotata, sibabuza kaloku basenze ntoni nathina singabantu abangomama ukuncedisana nani ke kule process yokwaluka kwabantwana. Tata ke obizwa ukuba ngutata phaya ekhaya wathi yena akanaxesha lothetha ngalonto kokunye nabafazi. So ke kungako ke it is in that vein that I've decided to actually host one more time another show where we talk about circumcision, and we're talking about mainly the role of the mother in the circumcision journey. Yaye ke umfana oya esuthwini. Statistics sethu ke siyasixelela ukuba 33.3% of men worldwide have undergone circumcision. This would be your black, your white, your green and your pink people. Muslims and Jews, they actually do it and they see it as a transition from boyhood to manhood. Most of the time ke into eyenzekayo ke ngenxa yalento ke yayo ke circumcision, ufumanisa into yoba ke abantwana bethu bayafa xa beye esuthwini bebulawa ke zizinto ezifana ne-dehydration, i-sepsis kwakunye nayo ke i-gangrene. Between June 2013 and 2016, 5,035 initiates were admitted in hospital, 435 deaths had occurred, and 224 penile amputations. Ukusikwa kwayo yonke ke ngoku ke ubudoda okanye organ ke lesiyisebenzisayo yasikwa ke. In 2015, 19 initiates lost their lives in the Eastern Cape, 2 in Limpopo and 1 in Mpumalanga. In 17 illegal schools, initiation schools, were closed in the Gauteng province. And this is a study that was conducted by yena ke Umbuyiselo Douglas and his colleagues. So ke namhlanje ke ndicinge into yokuba ke now is the time that we need to be talking about medical circumcision, but we're talking about medical circumcision as well as the traditional circumcision, focusing mainly on the role okanye ke inxaxheba okanye ke doc yasazi isiXhosa better than me. What is the role?
Sure. It's difficult.
Masikabe sisitho kwangoku i-role ke kamama when it comes to ukwaluka komntwana wakhe. Futhi ke ndizawucela wena ke uqale uzi-introduce. Undivile mos mna ndithende nguye uMarhadebe undlebe entle zombini, ubhungane umthimkhulu umashwabada owashwabada inkomo plus nempondo zayo. So you're gonna have to make sure that you outdo me.
Nami ngishaya ithakazelo zami.
Enjalo.
Yeah, ngiyeza bakhuluma uMarhadebe. Yeah, nna ke Modupe ke dipela matebela mpona mpitsa mokopa ka gana ka re ke mo.
Alala.
Ke khosi ya ditlhapi le dithella bodile. Pula.
Ayine.
Alala phele.
All right. Mna ngufundile Nyati, ubhele ulanga udlambula nontanda kuphakanyiswa. Abantu akapheka inhloko zabo nelitye kwaqala kwavuthwa ilitye.
Yes, sir. Mos. We really have got people. As you can hear, Mos, ayingobantu asithathanga belungu sazobathatha sababeka apha sithi kubo mabadiscuss into esiyenzayo thina singabantu bamnyama. We're talking to real men who have decided to take a stand to help us unpack exactly what we need to be doing when it comes to circumcision.
Yes.
You are an ambassador for an organization and you speak out on medical male circumcision. Please, can you tell us what is medical male circumcision?
It's circumcision, it's the removal of the foreskin, and the only difference is that Tina, we do it the Western way, and we do it in a medical clinic.
Okay.
Compared to going the traditional route.
Okay.
But it's the removal of the foreskin.
Okay, so why did you decide to go that route?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Mina. When I embarked on this, I didn't come from a medical perspective. I didn't come with the benefits that it has medically, reducing the chances of you getting infected with HIV. For me, it was from a perspective out here, gas.
Right. Tell us about that perspective.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the perspective of
Funai. And the perspective for me was, the fact it was driven by the whole cervical cancer thing.
Right.
There's an HPV virus which lingers around the foreskin.
Right.
And as a young married guy, ukdibana no mama wasekhaya all the time. For me, there's a chance I could be the reason why she gets cervical cancer.
Right.
And if you look at the cervical cancer, which is really affecting a lot of our black women, because we're not even talking about it. So for me, I didn't want my wife to be the reason, or me to be the reason why she doesn't get to see our daughters graduate or our daughters get married, because I would have infected her with cervical cancer.
Right. Okay, so that was your decision. But how did you find out about it, Kagiso? I mean, it's medical male circumcision. It means you have to go for a medical procedure.
Yeah.
So when
for me, it was the Zing ads. I was sitting there and Zing. I was sitting there and I hated those ads.
Yes,
so
does everybody.
I hated them because they made men who are not circumcised feel like they were not real men. But there's a lot of men who are not circumcised, who are taking care of their families, who are going out there and doing what they need to do. But for me, as I listened to what at that moment, what I hated, I picked up on that cervical cancer. And I was like, what do they mean by the cervical cancer? I read up on it, and then that's when I found out about the HPV virus.
Okay.
And for me, I was doing it from that perspective. And that's why I went out. I was like, okay, let me encourage 2,000 men to come and circumcise with me publicly. And and how I wanted it, I wanted it to we're looking at a man and we're saying, you're not circumcised. What the ads did, the Zing were like, I got circumcised.
Oh, well, that's what we Xhosa women do.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And for me, I wanted to be more, because I wanted it to be more of a movement,
right?
More of a lifestyle, more of a healthy lifestyle for Tina Majid. And what we did is we went out and we encouraged 2,000 guys to come and circumcise with me at Kagiso Clinic, and it was interesting because we got over 20,000 guys who circumcised on the day.
Awesome.
20,000.
So from all walks of life, 20,000 Xhosa, Pedis, Tswana,
in one day. And for me, that said, Uguti, there's been a need, Ekas, for guys to want to circumcise, but they didn't know where to go, where to start, how to approach this thing, and they didn't have these conversations because it was something Masik Bega City.
Okay, look, then you went from being Ngwengwe to being a man, so all in one day. So what I actually want to know, Kagiso, is that then for someone who's listening to you and saying, actually, I wouldn't mind going through this thing.
Yeah.
What I don't want to ask, well, in a certain way, I do want to ask, what does it entail? Is it a surgical procedure?
It is.
How long does the surgical? How long is the surgery?
It's not even over 15 minutes.
Okay, so it's a quick.
Yeah, and when I say 15 minutes, I mean it includes the counseling before and having to kind of give you knowledge on how to take care of your wound, and then the cutting's like literally 5 minutes, you know, and they numb the whole area, and which is one thing that I was scared of. I was scared of pain, in tandy pain, and you know what I mean? And I'm gonna say it out, you know, straight. And for me, when I found out they have to numb it. If it's not numb, then they don't circumcise.
Right.
You know, so that you don't feel pain while they're doing it. I was having a chat with the doctors while they were doing it, and I was out there in 15 minutes.
Okay.
Well, mine took longer because there was cameras and, you know, it needed to be public.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Kagiso. So you went through it. Part of what I really want to ask, I mean, there's a traditional element that is involved when one takes a decision to get circumcised.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances in the Xhosa, well, what I consider normal in the Xhosa tradition, one can't just decide as a young boy that I'm going to get circumcised.
Yeah.
Did you involve your family when it comes to medical male circumcision? Is there a need for you to get permission from your mother, your father, and your relatives? Did you involve anyone else in your decision?
Before I answer you, I have to say I'm a very traditional man.
Right.
And I don't say I'm doing a Thanksgiving.
Right.
And I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
You know. And I have to say, which not everyone in this country is Xhosa. You know, not everyone is Pedi, not everyone is you know, they go to. So Runa Batswana, we don't go to the mountains.
Right.
So I do not need any permission from anyone. For me, I could literally go and just do it.
Okay. And that was it.
And that was it.
You just
but I respect the Xhosa way. And I respect how they do things, and I respect the Pedi way and how they do things.
Okay. All right. So for that young man who is sitting there listening to you, Kagiso, and idolizing you because you are a role model to a lot of young men, what would you say they would need to take into consideration? Here's a Xhosa boy who's listening to you and saying, I want to go for medical male circumcision. How can they embark on the journey?
I'll say if you're a Xhosa boy and it's in your culture, you know, you need to approach it the cultural way. You know, do not shy away from your culture, especially because cultures are what define who we are. And if you're a boy who doesn't have culture, then you can literally go to a clinic or have a conversation. If you're under 18, have a conversation with your parents about it, that this is what you want to do. Because the whole point is for us to start talking about circumcision, because it's not even a disease. It's something that prevents diseases.
Awesome. If you've just walked in, you tuned into the Dose of Health by Faith show, the show that speaks health from your perspective. And we've got a very interesting topic that we would like you to be part and parcel of. Dial us on 011 440 1396. Kungenjalo ke, we are on 072 968 2194. Ke ugqiba ukungena ke endlini yakho, siyakubulela ke uba ubumamele ke incoko yethu ebesinayo kwinkqubo yethu i-Dose of Health by Faith show. Sikubulela kaloku nangethuba othi ulithathe umamele le nkqubo, ngoba ke inkqubo eyenzelwe wena ukuba ke mawufumane ingcebiso okanye ke ufumane ithuba lokubuza imibuzo ongakwaziyo ke ukuyibuza phambi kogqirha wakho okanye unesi xa uphambi kwakhe. Namhlanje siphethe ke itopic e-affecta abantu abaninzi, and sithetha ngako ke ulwaluko, both traditional as well as medical circumcision. Earlier on ke besinaye ke Kagiso Modupe. I really struggle with surnames, but I'm really I'm trying to make sure that I get them right. Kagiso ke nguye ke opha ke kwi-scandal ecacisa ke kubantu ukuba ke yena ke uproud ukuba ke okanye uneqhayiya lokuba abe ngomnye wabantu othe wathatha ke i-decision okanye ke isinqumo sokuba ke enze ke i-medical male circumcision. Yena ke esithi uthathiswa into yokuba kaloku uthe xa emamele eza ad zithi zing, wava ke into yokuba ke ezi ad more than into bazimcapkisa, kodwa ikhona ke into ayithathileyo from zona eyenze ke into yokuba ke enze isinqumo sokuba okanye athathe decision yokuba ke enze i-medical male circumcision. Siyile ke phaa kwi-social media earlier on as we were preparing for the show, and we tried to involve as many people in our show, those that are based in Alex as well as those that are nationwide. Sibuzile ke umbuzo oti, do you think as mothers we have a role to play play during our son's journey through traditional circumcision? Abantu ke baphendule ke abanye besithi njengaye ke uDr. Esinaye uDr. Fundile Nyati utshilo ke yena ke wathi surely moms have a big role to play. Ushamaine Sauter uthi ke yona ke I know it's traditional and a cultural heritage, but I wouldn't want to see anyone's son have to bear the pain and mishap traditional circumcision causes. Leti Ferreira oyenye ke yentatheli ezingaphambili apha eMzantsi Africa uthi ke yena I think mums are very silent on the matter. She has a young male Xhosa friend who dated and had a child with a Tswana girl. She said no to circumcision and he said yes, and they both studying at Mafikeng campus of Poch University. Now they're not a couple anymore, and the reason why they're not a couple anymore is because the one had decided, who is the mother, had decided against traditional circumcision, and the father wanted to go through traditional circumcision. I bet you now one of these days, when my son 10 years from now, plus minus 10, 11 years from now, I'm going to be looking at the very same juncture. I'm going to be at a point where I need to talk to my son about circumcision. His father will be talking to him about circumcision. We've actually started having these conversations with this boy because bayaya esikolweni doc, bayabonana esikolweni, base toilet, baya benza into ezenziwayo e toilet, and then the next thing this little one comes back to me at the age of 7 and he says, "Mommy, why does mine look the way it does?" And I had to sit him down and explain to him why he is a Xhosa boy. On top of him being a Xhosa boy, I then, unfortunately, because us as mothers are not involved in, or as girls for that matter, we are not told much about circumcision, and I couldn't take the conversation any further. And it goes to show ukuthi abantwana bangabafana, whether we like it or not, bayaya komama babo babuze imibuzo sometimes aboyikayo ukuyibuza kodata babo, and that's why we're having this conversation namhlanje. Nawe ke doc, sifuna ukwazi kuwe kuba ucinga ukuba omama kufanele ukuba ba involve akanye babe part and parcel of the traditional circumcision journey.
Well, my answer, a short answer to the question.
Let it not be short.
No. The question is, should mothers be involved in the process of circumcision?
Yes, the traditional circumcision.
I'm talking about the traditional circumcision. The answer is, from my point of view, mothers should play a very big role, because remember, they are the ones who carried these kids for 9 months.
Damn right.
All right. And, in most households, the people who are always looking after the health and the welfare yabantwana as they grow up, it's the mothers. Now, when these kids are about to graduate to a point where they are considered to be adults, to now say, let's sideline abo mama. This is now a matter yamadoda kuphela. I feel it's not right. Maybe if all was well with what the men are doing, ingane ziyabuya ziright as shown lapha entabeni, and there's no problem as buya, maybe there's an argument there. But for decades now, we are seeing deaths. Every winter we see deaths. Every winter we're seeing boys who come back with amputated penises. Every winter we see guys who come back and commit suicide because they don't feel that they are complete men. So for me as a mother, if I then give my son ukuthi ayokwenza lento and then abuye in that kind of situation, then I would have a major problem. So but anyway, as men, we've had our role in driving this whole thing is circumcision, and we are not doing well.
Okay.
Because if we're doing well, there would be no deaths. If we're doing well, there will be no amputations. If we're doing well, there will be no abuse and tabin. If we're doing well, there would be no kids who come and commit suicide. All right? After bebuya, because of the abuse, or the medical complications that they had to go through. So my answer is, it's about time that Abo Mama should actually take responsibility. But it's not just me saying that. There is a Chapter 9 institution that is led by Umama, I think Umama Kaluva. I think it's a Gender and Religion and Tradition Commission. Just about a month ago, they have started conducting hearings. They are moving from province to province. They have decided enough is enough. Men were given a chance to make sure that this practice ihamba kakuhle. They consulted with traditional leaders and everyone. But nothing has changed. If anything happened, things are getting worse. So that commission is doing public hearings throughout the country with a view to coming up with a plan of action that will involve Abomama.
Okay.
All right. So at that government level, I also know that there is a law that will be passed soon to regulate indaba traditional circumcision.
Okay.
All right. So those two things are actually as a result yokuthi the silence whilst the boys are dying is no longer acceptable.
Yeah, no, Doc, it's definitely no longer acceptable. And I think more than anything, I right now, yes, you're talking about all these initiatives that are happening in the background.
Yes.
And they're preparing for Imani, who will then be 17 or 18 at the time. And I'm hoping that by that time, all of those legislations and the changes would have been implicated. However, right now, what is it? I mean, like I said earlier on, I've got a cousin. 2 boys are going to Eswatini at the end of the year. What kind of conversations should we be having with them as a mother? Because from a psychological point of view, there is a psychological implication, and also from a physical health point of view, what are the things that we should be doing as mothers to prepare these kids for the journey through manhood?
Okay. I think for the benefit yabantu who may not be exposed to the traditional circumcision. By the way, it doesn't only happen in the Eastern Cape.
Right.
In Mpumalanga, it happens under the Ndebele culture. And also in Limpopo, some of the subgroupings, Zamapedi, they actually do this as well. So it's actually widespread. In the Northern Cape, those who are closer from that angle, they also do this thing. I think what we need to just clarify, in the Xhosa culture, I'll talk about Xhosa because that's the one that I'm aware of.
Yes.
All right. In the Xhosa culture, it's a rite of passage.
Right.
It's a graduation from being a boy to a man. That is from a Xhosa culture. All right. So I'm not going to use that. Uguti, I'm just talking about in the Eastern Cape. There is an expectation ukuthi when you have reached an age of about 18 you must undergo we call it an initiation process, or in Xhosa we say ulwaluko. Okay, now this actually has 2 components or 2 phases. Okay, the first phase is the surgical component. That is the component of removing or cutting out, ijwabi, which is the foreskin. All right, that's the first part, the surgical part. Okay, the second part, which is the one that is even more important, is the actual initiation process. Okay, the process whereby the older men who have gone through this process before you, they sit down with the initiate and coach and mentor the initiate about what it means to be a responsible man.
Right.
How should you treat your wife? How should you treat your mother? How should you treat any other woman? How do you take care of your household as a man? So it's a twofold thing.
Right.
All right. Now, we've been hearing a lot about young men nowadays. They lack role models. They don't have mentors. They don't have coaches. So spending months or weeks there in the mountain and having wise men, others, ages of 80 or more, sharing their wisdom about what it means to be a responsible man. All right? How do you make sure you contribute positively to society? how to make sure that you don't get sucked into drugs. How do you make sure that you don't abuse women? We're seeing a lot of deaths, of women around here. So there is still a role, especially for phase 2, lower initiation, in actually mentoring and producing, men who understand their role and the protective role they're supposed to play in looking after, the weak in society, women, the children. Okay, so that component is important. The problem we are having is that the first component, which is the surgical component, lapho kusikwa khona, a lot of things are going wrong there. Okay, number one, the parents, the parents, mother, father, okay, abazali bobabini, it should start in the bedroom. Lendaba umama no tata bathethe uba unyana wethu sakafikele kusasikhathi sokuthi aye entabeni. All right, that's number one. Okay, and that means there are certain things we've sizenzile as the parents. Number one is, okay, i-health yalomntwana injani. All right, so athathwe lo mntana akayobonwa ngudokotela. Okay, athathwe abonwa udokotela ukuthi cause STDs, sexually transmitted infections. I-general health status yakhe injani, akanazi bleeding disorders na, enzela angathi masafika lapha esuthwini and then enze overbleed. Are there no other problems, diabetes for example, because i-diabetes mayikhona yenza ukuthi isilonda singaphuli ngokushesha. So a general health or medical screening, it's important before umntana, so that if there's anything etholwe ukuthi irongo lapho, that can be sorted out before umntana aye lapha esuthwini. That's number one. The responsibility of both parents leyo.
Okay.
The second part is the choice of the traditional surgeon. Okay, sibiza uthi ingcibi. All right, there are a lot of fly by night ngcibis as a corner, Eastern Cape. All right, where people, because abasebenzi, they see it as a quick way of making imali. They charge 500 rands per boy and a bottle of brandy or whiskey or whatever. Sometimes, even more money than that. So they want to do as many boys as possible during the season.
Right.
Yet they don't have the skill. So the choice of Ingnibi, yes, the father must be the one who leads that process, but it must be an agreement between utata no mama uba masthathe umuntu o accredited. Now in the Eastern Cape there are accredited traditional surgeons, people based on experience yabo and everything. They are trusted to be able to do this thing. They have even been taught around basic issues, the hygiene. So that's the second thing, choosing the right surgeon. The last one, through choosing the right traditional nurse. All right, Ingnibi.
So basically kukhona no traditional nurse,
yes,
umongi,
yes. The person who looks after the wound and the general health status of this boy, nominated by the family, because they trust that he's not gonna be using drugs and alcohol and forgetting that his responsibility is to look after the young man.
Right.
All right. So that's the first part. Uguti, general health status, traditional surgeon, the traditional nurse, umama can play a role in that part.
In discussing with
yes, and then utata ahambe ayo implement, but the decision is taken in the bedroom. It's always been like that. The fathers, they want to take the glory, let them take the glory, but the mother must contribute. Must contribute in the bedroom.
Okay.
All right. That's the first part. So there is a role there at a planning phase. Okay. The second role, after umntana ke ngoku ke seke wayokwenziwa by the right surgeon, with the right traditional nurse, then it's matters of nutritional status.
Which we'll cover again, Pulapuli. If you've just joined in, we are talking health from a very different perspective. We're talking health from a circumcision and male circumcision point of view. If you've got questions, dial us on 011 440 1396 or send us a WhatsApp on 072 968 2194. As you can hear, it's getting hot in here. my word, heated discussions going on in studio with regards to medical male circumcision and some of the challenges that we face when we are speaking about traditional and medical male circumcision. If you've just walked in, the Dose of Health by Faith show, the show that speaks health from your perspective. Alex FM 89.1, the station that does indeed elevate on your mind. If wena ke unayimibuzo ofuna kuyibuza sayibona kaloku ifone uba iyaringa, but sometimes it's very difficult to cut these discussions because kaloku sifuna ukukhupha yonke information elapha kugqirha siyenzeke ukuba wena ubhali notes zakho ukwazi ke ukuyi-implementa. Before sihambe ke siye kuzo ke intengiso zethu ugqirha besicacisela into ukuba kaloku kubalulekile into ba sonke apha endlini, mama, tata kwakunye nomfana lona uzawuhamba aye esuthwini, sibe part and parcels of it discussions. Wena mntu ongumfana ke ozawuhamba unyanzelekile kaloku uba uhambe uyokujongwa umzimba lo wonke wakho ukuba uphilile na, akunazifo onazo eziza kubeka kaloku ubomi bakho emngciphekweni should the procedure be done whether medically or whether it be done traditionally. Kubalulekile kaloku sijonge izifo ezifana nayo ke iswekile, izifo ezifana nazo ke izifo ezithi ke zisulelane ngokuya kucansi. Ezo zinto zizinto kaloku ezibalulekileyo ukwenzela uba sibone umzimba wakho uba uqinile na okanye kulungele na ukuba wena ke uhambe uye entabeni. Ugqirha ke besatyatyadula esicacisela ke ukuba emveni kokuba ke kwenziwe lonto, one of the discussions ebalulekileyo yinto ba ke kwenziwe discussion kufakwe umama notata kuthethwa kaloku ngalomntu uzawuthi ke abe wenza umsebenzi lo ukuba ke ancedise ukolusa umntwana lona. Gqirha ke sicela sesiqhubekeka because I could see you and Kagiso off air. We're having a heated discussion about some of the challenges that Kagiso faces when he goes to certain areas and wants to discuss izinto ezimalunga ne-circumcision.
Yes, no, I mean, what he was saying before taking nutrition, he was saying, you know, as an ambassador, he's supposed to go throughout the country. But if he goes to a place like the Eastern Cape, he faces a situation where they may not want to listen to him. Either because, you know, ngoba ungumtswana, they'll say abatswana aboluki, you know, or even though he has done a medical male circumcision, but it's not recognized, you know, in a place like the Eastern Cape. All right, so he may experience those troubles there, which is why it's important to he gets to know, you know, the dynamics of that part of the world. Same as if he goes to KZN, there may be other, you know, dynamics that he needs to understand. So it's actually quite useful in Indaba yokuthi, you know, one does a little bit of research about this thing. But going back to Indaba nutrition,
yes.
The big question of this show is abo mama irole yabo. Ithini. So the second part, remember now, assuming yonke lento besiyithethile yenzekile, and then you've chosen the right ncibing, right nurse, and then yonke into ihambe kakuhle. The next thing is there is a wound. And this wound needs to heal.
Right.
All right. What are the things that need to be done to increase its chances of that this wound heals quicker, without any infections, so that umfana azabuya ephilile?
Right.
Now there are certain aspects of traditional circumcision which honestly they need to be revisited.
Right.
The first one is that during the first 7 days there is not supposed to be any fluid intake.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
Now for me it makes no sense that there should be no fluid intake, because by having fluids, that is water, by having fluids, then your kidneys are able, you know, to produce urine, and whatever germs that are there in the body are flushed out. All right. So if you do not have fluids, then you are compromising the kidney function and the natural way of fighting germs in the genital area, which is through ukuphuma ngomchamo.
Right.
All right. So that's problem number one. It's one area that we need to revisit, especially during summer. In summer it gets so hot, and some of these initiates, they die from dehydration. So abo mama, there isn't much they can do as far as that one is concerned. Gotata who must start to understand the role of hydration to make sure that that 7 day, you know, no fluid is revisited. Abo mama, on the area of nutrition, ukutya.
Yeah.
Ukutya kwenziwa ngabomama ekhaya.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, and then kuthunyelwe intombazana, your younger sister must be the one who takes the food to the mountain,
Right.
you know, to feed the initiate. Now abomama can play a big role in ensuring that the quality of that food is of the highest level in terms of protein,
Yes,
the
vitamin A.
proteins and some of the vitamins.
Yeah.
Yes, you can't take supplements into entabeni, but there are certain natural foods that can be included apha ekutyeni, so that lo mfana xa epha entabeni he's getting enough
well
protein,
nutritioned, yeah.
because protein, you need protein to heal.
Okay, but Doc, at the end of the day, okay.
Yeah.
Personally, I have been involved with traditional circumcision. Yeah, cousin Mama Babi.
Yes.
And in both, in fact, three.
Yeah.
The other two were twins,
Yeah.
and the other one, in fact, by 4. Now that I think about it, but at the end of the day, noba mnandi ngumntu ongumama ndifuna ukupheka ukutya okusempilweni.
Yeah.
Kubuya i-messages ezisuka ebhomeni zisithi kufanele ukutya kwenziwe oku noku noku.
Yes.
Ukuba kwenziwanga ngolu hlobo kuyabuya. So
Yes.
mna mntu ongumama what can I do okanye ndithetha njani nabo? Ndifuna usicebise uba sithetha njani nabantu abangootata uba basimamele into yoba oku kutya sikuphekayo ewe sivile into yoba akufanelanga kutyiwe ngolu hlobo, but how do we then have these conversations nabo to change izinto?
Again, there is no parent, akukho mzali who must abdicate irresponsibility yakhe. So noma une traditional surgeon ne traditional nurse elapha ebhomeni entabeni, you still remain a father or an uncle to this young man.
Right.
You need to make sure that yonke into you approve. So it means you also need to educate yourself, you know, allow yourself to be educated ukuthi what is the kind of food that will increase our chances, yabo, ukuba aphole lo mfana. Yes, again, in that first 7 days, there's not enough, there shouldn't be any salt in the food. One can understand the logic. If you don't drink fluids, it means awuzuchama njalo. Or awuzuchama njalo, and therefore the pain is going to be less. No salt, because salt absorbs water and therefore dehydration. So there is some merit to some of these things, you know, although there was no science in it, but there is some merit. However, when it comes to ukutya, again, in that first 7 days, which is the most critical period, utata or uncle where there is no tata, you know, they must prevail and ensure ukuthi ukutya okuphekwayo has the necessary proteins.
I don't know, Doc, if I understand you correctly, you know, I've been listening to you and you say ukuthi yonke into where it needs to start is ekamereni.
Yes.
And I think what you're saying is that if this has already been influenced from ekamereni, you know, it's easier for utata to now say to, you know, go the final stages by talking to the traditional nurse and the traditional surgeon as well. You know, he's able to give those orders as if they come directly from him. And as mama, but Tina, we know
obviously you don't want to go totally against culture. But ngumntana wakho lo at the end of the day. You know, you need to make sure ukuthi you insist on some of these things ukuthi zenzeke. So that's the role yabo mama when Xoliswa. That's the role yabo mama in now the maintenance of this thing.
Alright.
Now then day 7, usually there's a celebration where then they are given water.
Oh my word.
And they start to have other foods that they were denied. You know, and from that point onwards, it's less strenuous. You know, the diet is not so bad. You know, and they can also go around now hunting for this and hunting for that. You know, and then eating that meat. You know, so there's a lot of meat overload from day 7. Going forward.
Which then takes care of the protein.
But that first 7 days is where the problem. The problem was if then kuna sepsis and the immune system is weak because aunama protein, kula veki yokuqala, that continues into week 2 and to week 3 and all of that.
Which is the same with us when you're doing it, the medical way. The first 7 days is very crucial.
Very, very crucial.
And that's why, because that's when the wound needs to kind of close itself.
Yes,
but now, how does it close itself if you don't have the right nutrition?
Exactly.
Right, Doc. Just before we carry on, he's talked about something very important.
Yeah.
As much as you are the young man who's going through the circumcision, how do you know when aqala ukuthi isilonda sakho siyaphola? Because those are things that you need to alert.
Yeah.
Again, remember that traditionalness is chosen based on experience.
Yes.
All right. Ukuthi kudala eyenza lento, this person has been looking after the wound. So that's where there's a big problem.
Yeah.
Because after the circumcision itself, the type of things they use to bandage the wound, in the traditional sense, they use leaves, not bandages.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. And those leaves are not clean.
Yeah.
And they introduce germs, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, the amount of pressure that is applied around the wound to make sure that there is no bleeding.
Yeah.
Some of the people do not know how much pressure to apply.
Yes.
Because if you apply too much pressure, then the blood, arteries, you close up the blood.
Yes.
And then the part beyond the wound will not get oxygen and blood. Therefore, it dies. It has what we call gangrene.
Yes.
So it needs experience to know how much pressure
to apply.
to apply.
Yes.
And also, that pressure, you need to check the wound at least in the morning and in the evening, twice a day. And if if there's too much pressure, there are certain signs that will show up in the front part, in the head of the penis. Where there will be a lot of swelling and fluid that comes out there because the veins are unable to take the fluid backwards. Once you see that, you need to relax the bandage. So if ke traditionalness yakho ayazi lonto, is a problem. So at some point there will be pain, then there will be no pain. There will be no pain because the nerves are dead.
Yes.
All right. And then a few days later, that part just falls off. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Kagiso, going back to you, I can see you I'll go shocked as such, but I can see you absorbing quite a lot, and I'm hoping that now that you are listening out there, you're also absorbing as much as we are absorbing here in studio. From your point of view, what have been the benefits of going the medical circumcision route?
For me,
no pain.
No.
No gain.
No, there's no pain with them. Traditionally, you must go through pain.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And for you personally, has it affected? I mean, there may be misconceptions around whether your functionality as a man gets affected.
No, it doesn't.
How long are you out of action for?
It doesn't. Look, obviously, it's 6 weeks, until you are fully healed.
Right.
But to be honest with you, after the first week, which Doc was saying, which is the first 7 days are very crucial. That's when the wound needs to close. And we're saying 6 weeks because then you need to fully heal before you engage into sexual activities again.
Right.
But there's always these myths around whether it's intercourse is much better after that, or for me, I say it really depends on perception. And how umuntu sees in Maramina for me, it's just been literally the same.
Okay.
You say you go longer,
but I'll tell you, the benefits from it was when I had the foreskin, I would experience which sometimes after intercourse, I'd feel baba just around the foreskin, and I got to understand which sometimes it tears.
Yes.
And as it tears, that's when, if you are not using a condom, it's easy for you to now, get HIV and amagems. But also health-wise, we have to understand which indawo lapha phansi is a breeding ground for germs. And for me, removing that foreskin, I think it's healthier for me as the outie. I have less odors, I have less sweat. So it's kind of, that's the health benefit from my side.
Yes.
Trust you to bring that in. Okay. But be that as it may, I can see that we're all very shy to come out of the woodworks. And I'm hoping that despite our shyness, we have learned quite a lot. And if there are any other questions that you would like to ask, platforms are available on social media where you can ask these questions. Dr. Nyati will be following us, as well as Kagiso will be following us on the show to give you any answers that you may have around the topic of circumcision. Doc, this boy comes home. What is my role as umama wakhe going forward? Because
No. Again. Entabeni abafundiswa ukuthi they must not listen to their mothers.
Right.
Okay. Entabeni they are taught to be respectful of older people. Okay, even the mother, to be the protector to the mother, to the sisters, to the cousins, and to everyone out there. Okay, so if a young man comes back and now doesn't want to listen to mama wake, then it means the mentors ebenazo lapaya entabeni were not right. Okay, so when I mama, be happy ukuthi umntana wakho ubuyile uphilile, all right, but you must also adjust the way odila naye ngoku, because you must know that according to the initiation process, he is now somebody who's ready to take his own wife. Okay,
18.
All right, but from long time ago, they would get wives at that time, so he's ready to start his own home, and therefore how you relate to him now, you must relate to him as a fellow adult, no longer as a kid.
Right.
All right, assuming that the fathers, they've done a good job of mentoring and coaching him whilst he was in the mountains.
Kagiso, your parting words with us. We've got 1 minute left.
I say let's go out and let's do the right thing. If cities nabo mama siyabathanda, let's go out and do the right thing. Guys can go to the Brothers for Life website. It's free. Medical male circumcision is free, and they can you send a free, please call me to 082-808-6152 and we'll call you.
What's the number again?
082-808-6152. You send a please call me, and Tina will call you and send you to a clinic near you.
Okay, I must say that it has been a definitely informative show for me, and it's high time we had these conversations, and we have these conversations openly. As much as enguye ugqirha ukwanguye ke umuntu ongumXhosa, and we understand into bakutheni kufuneke kwenziwe izinto ngendlela ethile, kodwa ke usincedile thina abantu bangomama wasicacisela into bake kaloku sinayo irole ebalulekileyo fanele siyidlale ukuncedisana nento bake kubuye abantwana bethu. Mane ecinazela ke lento into ba funeka umcofe umuntu ngala xesha akwaziyo umamela ngayo phaya ke,
especially emva kwesex sana bayamamela amadoda emva kwesex.
Having said that, as much as we're laughing about it, it is a serious matter. Please do take care of our young men. Young men are the link to the next generation, and we want them back once they've gone through a circumcision. Faith Kandamse, uMagatebe, undlebente zombini, upungane, umthimkhulu, umashwabata washwabendu inkomo, plus nempondo zalo. Ndisal respecta isiko lokwaluka. Into endifuna ukuyenza into ba masilenze ngendlela ezawukuthi kaloku sisave impilo zabantwana bethu. Until next week, remember, a healthy nation is indeed a wealthy nation.